We put the state government into a spin today with some awkward questions about speed limits outside schools. It turns out the Sydney motorists were slugged hundreds of thousands of dollars on the most recent pupil-free days, when schools were virtually deserted. Here's John Hill.
Public schools usually have one pupil-free day each term and another at the end of the year. But motorists caught speeding in a school zone on pupil-free days can expect to be booked. Latest figures show it's costing drivers $200,000 a day in fines, even though there are no classes.
Well, I think the school zone sign should not be on when there is no school on.
Pupil-free days in December and January saw 1,472 motorists caught speeding with fines of almost $400,000. But there's barely a child in sight because schools send out letters telling them to stay home.
So I think that it's absolutely outrageous and ridiculous.
Everyone knew the schools were closed, there were school holidays, but the speed cameras were still on. This is pure revenue raising.
The roads minister says most motorists were caught outside schools with flashing lights.
Well, it's time we looked at the opposition and the stupidity of the opposition. Pupil-free days does not mean that there are not children at the schools.
The opposition believes that on pupil-free days, it would be fairer to issue motorists with a warning letter instead of a fine.
The best way to change behaviour is to get a warning letter.
So we put that idea to the roads minister.
It is not my area to make the decision. The Office for State Revenue does that.
But State Revenue says it only collects the revenue and doesn't set the policy. John Hill, 10 Eyewitness News.